So let's have some example on parallelogram law, and saying that forces of 4 newtons and 6 newtons acts on a body with an angle of 60 degrees between them, and then find the magnitude and the direction of the resultant force. Okay? So now we are saying that we have this force here. This force here of 4 and 6, they're acting on a body with an angle of 60 degrees between them. We should find the magnitude direction, okay? So in our analysis, I can make a simple sketch. We said if the angle is between 0 and 90, draw your parallelogram to look like this. And this one acts as your resultant at an angle alpha. But already we know the angle between this is the 60 degrees. So if this force is 4 newtons, I can say this one should now be 60 newtons. And this will be 6 newtons. And this will be 4 newtons. And this will be 60 degrees. And this will be 180 minus that, that's 120. That is what we are now talking about. So we can say A, B, C, D. Is that okay? And then you can say using parallelogram law. Parallelogram law, I can say parallelogram law, which is like r squared r equaling to f1 squared plus f2 squared plus 2 f1 f2 cos of theta. My f1 I can say is the 4 newton, the f2 is the 6 newton, and the theta equal to the 60 degrees, the angle between them. So I can now say I have all the right and freedom to say that f1, which is now 4 squared plus 6 squared plus 2 times 4 times 6, and then cos over 60 degrees. And what is my R in such a scenario? I'm inviting you to pick your calculator and tell us what comes out of this expression here. So it is equivalent to 4 squared plus 6 squared plus, can open bracket, 2 times 4 times 6 times cos over 60. Please don't make a mistake of being in radian, okay? Don't make a mistake of being in radian. 2 times 4 times 6 times cos over 60 now. So that is that, okay? That is root of 76. Okay? And that is the age and then I can conclude my answer to now for this small place. I say 8.6 7178 newtons. Is that okay? And that is the magnitude of the resultant of the forces. But is that enough about our force? It is not enough, because a force will be defined by the magnitude and the direction. And now I can say, considering triangle, we can decide to consider triangle ABC, okay, which looks something like this. This is alpha, this is my r, which is root of 76, okay, and this is my 6 Newton, and this is my 120 here, and this is my 4 Newtons, okay. So I can say root of 76 out of sine of 120 is equaling to 4 out of sine of alpha. Clean? And then I can say sine alpha is equaling to 4 sine of 120 degrees out of root of 76. Please, you are again encouraged to tell us what alpha is here. The sine arc of 4 sine of 120 degrees divided by root of 76. And my alpha is some value. Please, let's together press this value here and see what comes out of it. So we shall say 4 sine of 120 divided by root of 76. We are getting that, and then shift sine inverse of the answer. That is 23.4. 23.4132 something, and my alpha can be 23.4. So after doing that, you make conclusion and say, therefore, the resultant force is 8.7178 newtons in the direction of 23.4 above the 6 Newton force. Okay? So we're saying that our resultant is this value here, but in the direction of 23.4, but it is above the 6 Newton force, because the 6 Newton force is horizontal force. Therefore, we are right to measure from it. So that will be our answer for this kind of problem. Let's meet in our second example.